put on my faux Carhartt when your attempt to look country just looks edgy. This looks like a cosplay of my sister. Hi my friends, my name is Francis. I use they them pronouns and I'm glad you found my channel. And you're watching Disney Channel. Boop, 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 boop. I rearranged my room, as you can see. I'm no longer in the closet. Every time I say that, it sounds like I'm talking about gayness. Anyway, this video is going to be a little different than what I normally do. Today, I wanted to respond to Curtis Connor and his country folk videos because, I don't know, I've been binge watching Danny Gonzalez and Curtis Connor. Danny Gonzalez? How the heck do you say words? I've been binge watching Danny and Curtis, and I keep coming across Curtis's country videos, and he says things, and I'm like, I feel like I should respond because the future farmer in my soul just yearns to respond, I guess. I am not country. I wore my MCR shirt to exemplify the fact that I am city folk. However, I lived on a farm for either collectively a year and a half or collectively 2 years. Unsure. Yeah. I'm like Hannah Montana. I'm not. I'm nothing like Hannah Montana. I'm like Hannah Montana. I got the best of both worlds. I have lived in the city, so I am city folk. But I've lived in the country, so I'm country folk. Wow. We're just gonna jump right into it.
You got someone driving a truck in in their fucking backyard, I'm guessing? Why? Is that fun? Is that what country people do? There's nothing else once they're done picking up corn and throwing sticks?
I like how the thing that Curtis thinks country folk do is pick corn and throw sticks, and that after they've picked all the corn and thrown all the sticks, now it's their free time. You're not exactly wrong. Yeah, country folk kind of just drive trucks for fun, especially through mud. If there's mud and they have a truck, yeah, that's what they do for fun.
They're like, well, we got this big backyard.
Curtis, that's a field.
And these 80 trucks behind us.
Listen, country folk don't have 80 trucks. But on the other hand, if you have, like, just a itty bitty beanie baby booty butt baby bit, if you have a little bit of money and you need a truck because you gotta pull your trailers and stuff, you need a truck, but you have no money, you're gonna buy just what you can afford, like just this bad truck, and it's gonna break, and then you're gonna need a new one. So you're going to accumulate trucks. Or if you're country folk and you have money, you can buy a bunch of trucks and lord it over the poor people.
I never really wanted to talk too much politics on this channel, but I don't see this as politics. I don't think you need a fucking gun if you're just a guy. That's so goddamn weird. This isn't the fucking Walking Dead, dude. This is just regular human life.
So yes, but no. First off, this is just regular human life. Not on a farm. There's no such thing as regular human life on a farm. There is only chaos, death, and destruction. That's what a farm is. Maybe it's just my experience on a farm. However, everything I've heard from farms is chaos, destruction, and death. But we love it anyway, you know? It's kind of like a car crash. You can't look away. No, it's not like that. It's actually pretty cool. Living on a farm is pretty cool. But no, it is not regular human life. And once you're a farmer, it's not like you become a superhuman, but no, you are no longer just some guy. I know a person who has a bunch of chickens and lives in the middle of the country. I don't know if you count it as a farm, but I'm calling it a farm. Here's the thing. You need a gun because country life is terrifying. And, okay, first off, there's several reasons why you could need a gun in the country. Politics aside, you live far away from police officers. You live in the middle of the country where there's raccoons who want to eat your chickens and your kittens and your rabbits. And when the raccoon army is at your doorstep and you don't have a gun, what are you gonna do? You hear raccoon army and you think I'm being dramatic. That person who I mentioned who has that farm, that's not a farm but is a farm, but farm. The raccoons killed his chickens, so he killed the raccoons. And so dozens of raccoons poured out from the forest one night and they descended upon his trailer. It was like a zombie apocalypse. What are you gonna do in that situation if you don't have a gun? Country life is not normal life. You are not just some guy. You are a farmer. Farmers live lives that most people will not live. It's horrifying. That's why they need a gun. I missed a clip and don't feel like putting my jewelry back on, so ignore my continuity error.
You ever just sit in your truck and think about crazy shit? I don't even know what crazy shit is to country people because their lives are already just crazy shit all the time.
Yeah, no, this is accurate. The things that country folk think about in their car is genuinely, absolutely out of this world. Like, you wouldn't think it, but when you're out on the farm, there's a lot of time to think, and so your brain has a lot of things to, like, process and think about, and then you just start going, what if the moon landing wasn't fake, but the recording that we see of the moon landing was fake? Because when we got there, the moon man told us to go home, and that's why we haven't gone back, is because, the moon man don't want us there. That's the kind of thing that when you're sitting out there with your tractor and you're bringing up the feed to the chickens, that's what the sort of thing going through your brain. And so sometimes you just sit in your truck and you're like, what if? And then whatever's after that what if is out of this world, and most folk would look at you and go, why in the world are you thinking these things? So yeah, you'd be surprised.
I want to cover the whole spectrum. I know it's very stupid to, boil it down to boys and girls because there's a lot of people who identify as different, not those things and other things. So I didn't want to be like, yeah, there's only boys and girls that exist. That's not what I'm saying. You got the country boys and the country girls. Because, to be honest, if you're a country person, you probably don't understand not identifying as a boy or a girl. They're probably like,
wow, fuck that. I'm gonna go skin this buck.
Hi, my friends. My name is Francis. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm glad you found my channel. You're wrong. You're wrong, Curtis. I get where you're coming from. Trust me. I get where you're coming from. I think that I know more than a lot of people what it's like to be genderqueer and live in the country. But we exist. I just thought that clip was really funny because I'm making this video and I was like, well, here I am, the anomaly.
The world needs more tackle boxes and less Xboxes. I just feel so bad for this fucking kid. He comes back after Christmas break and all his friends are like, I got an Xbox for Christmas. I got an Xbox for Christmas. I got an Xbox for Christmas too. We all got Xboxes for Christmas. What did you get, dude? I got a tackle box.
Again, with all of these clips, I get where you're coming from. However, you would be surprised how country youngins respond to country stuff. If you got a youngin and they live in the country and you give them a tackle box, they're probably going to lose their mind. I don't know that for sure, but there's a good chance. I once watched a 10-year-old boy open his presents and it was Carhartts. Not like the heart of a car, but the clothing brand Carhartts. And it was so he could do chores. He got a Christmas present to do chores. And he was so hyped because he got a Carhartt for Christmas. So he could do chores. Country folk are built different. The kid getting a tackle box probably wants the tackle box. Or not. Not everyone wants a tackle box. A lot of country kids would love a tackle box. Also, let's assume that they don't get a tackle box and they get an Xbox. You think they could play online with their friends? With rural American Wi-Fi? Well, I guess you're not American. You think they could play Xbox with their friends on Wi-Fi? What Wi-Fi? What online? Yeah, no, country folk are out here playing board games, not video games. Or if they are playing video games, it is not online. Sometimes it is. Nothing I'm saying is absolute.
Honey, will you get groceries today? Yes, I will. So I guess they're saying that, are you gonna get groceries? And yes, I will. I'm gonna kill a deer, and that's groceries, I guess.
Self-sustainability, my dude. I get that this was probably just talking about hunting. However, imagine you're a country folk person. You don't buy eggs anymore if you have chickens. My family doesn't buy salsa. We make salsa. We don't buy eggs. Well, I buy eggs because I no longer live in the country. We don't buy eggs. We don't buy salsa. We don't buy a whole bunch of stuff. We don't buy cucumbers in the summer. Yeah, that's all I really had to say about that. And with the deer, like that's part of groceries, but also just self-sustainability, my dudes. That's what country life is. It's pretty great, actually.
Gloves? Oh, you mean bitch mitt? Jesus Christ, man.
Who even made these memes? Granted, I'm not like the most yee person in the world. And I come from like pretty down south, all them folks. Like I come from that world and they do some pretty wacky things. I feel like gloves are pretty much a farm essential. So I don't know who made that meme. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am just used to city folk, country folk, not actually country folk. But, like, you need gloves. If you're out there pulling a hay day and you don't got, like, something to pick up the hay and you gotta grab those strings on your own, it's gonna cut into your hands, man. You need gloves for that. I don't know who made that meme. It's gonna kill your hands. Your hands are gonna die. So, yeah, no. Imagine being like, shoes? You mean little wussy foot covers? I don't know what I'm talking about. That's a weird meme. I agree with you.
To make sure that I still have the title of the King of the Country Folk, I made my own meme, okay? A super meme, if you will. I took all the country components of a country meme, tossed them all into one, so I have created the ultra meme, okay? So here it is. When your truck is crying and you protect your gun with fishing, I'm actually pretty racist. There we go. I think that perfectly sums up country folks in one meme.
You missed so many things, Curtis. You didn't say nothing about mama, or trains, or prison, or getting drunk. If you don't know, that was a David Allan Coe reference. Yeehaw!
Can we listen to these lyrics for a second?
She's the sexiest tree I've ever seen.
So the video is just very special to me, and sorry, I almost turned into a tree. It got so sappy. It's close back to my roots, because I'm a tree now.
You might be a tree, but are you the sexiest tree this random man has ever seen?
Holy moly. Like, guys, did you not have anything else to do?
Nah, mate. What are you gonna do? There's no Wi-Fi. Town is 100 hours driving north or something like that. Like, there's nothing to do but go out and look at the stars and chase down cows and play board games with your kin.
Like, how do you even come up with that plan?
We probably went something like this. Like, they're sitting there at the rodeo, you know, like you do, you go to the rodeo. They're sitting there at the rodeo, and like, Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash comes on the radio, and they're like, I got me an idea. What if we combine these two things? That's my theory. That's my working theory. The accent is come back, and it's going in full swing. Country folk live on the edge. I mean, you gotta. If you are just on any given day, all of a sudden there's cows in the road and you gotta take them out of the road and you don't even know these cows, like you gotta live on the edge. You gotta be ready to take on experiences you never would have expected. So yeah, they got nothing better to do.
So I guess country boys really love trucks, I guess. Especially their own truck.
Yeah, accurate.
Not good news for me. I do not drive a pickup truck, okay? I drive a Toyota Corolla, which is, now that I think about it, the exact opposite of a pickup truck. It is a put-down car.
How you gonna pull hay in that thing, Curtis? You can't be a country boy if you can't hook a tractor up to your little hitchy thingamajig, and pull a load of hay. Could you even fit, how many chickens? How many chickens could you fit in that Toyota Corolla, Curtis Connor? I feel like I'm attacking Curtis Connor. That's not what this is about. This is all for ha-has.
I also love the caption, things I'd wear if I was your man.
If I had a girlfriend and we lived on a cute little farm together, I would totally dress like that. Just saying.
Implying that he would only dress like that if he was dating someone, right? Like, this is what I would wear if I was your man. But I'm not. So, I am going to continue to dress like the Mad Hatter.
Why does this feel like a call out? This feels extremely specific and targeted towards me. I know that there is no possible way that it is, But that's just I dress like the Mad Hatter, Curtis. What's wrong with dressing like the Mad Hatter?
We're gonna go in and get some country stuff. I feel like I'm kind of nervous because I feel like they're gonna know that we're city folk. We're gonna stick out like sore thumbs.
Yeah, 100% they're gonna know you're city folk. It's not even just like how you're dressing, because like you can dress a lot of ways, but I mean you walk into the store and it's like how you look at things, you know? Like if you're an artist, you walk into an art store and you're like, this brush is pretty, it's a good brush. But if you're not an artist, you're just like, paintbrush, you know? Like it's different. Like if you have experience with it. I hope my accent don't sound real stupid, because I feel like it does. A little bit of backstory on my country accent real quick. I have never lived in the South. However, the part of my family that I really like gravitate towards in my own brain is from the South originally. And so like I have kin, and I see them at family reunion and they talk in their Southern accent. And my mom, when she got angry, she would talk in her Southern accent. And so like it's just it's something that I picked up as I grew up, even though I never lived in the country. But it's like a game of telephone. It's like a game of telephone. So if it sounds really bad, I'm sorry. I'm not even trying to go into... I'm actively trying to not do a country accent throughout this video. But we're talking about city folk and country folk. And I just go straight... I just go straight into my accent. And I can't... How am I ever going to be an actor?
You know when you're playing a video game and you clip out of the map? That's exactly what it felt like. It was basically Target for people who use deer as targets.
Have you ever seen Country Folk in a Hot Topic? Because it's just about the funniest thing you will ever see. And it's kind of like clipping out of the map in a video game. It's like if you go to talk to some NPC and you're like, I think you're meant to be on the other side of the map. That's kind of what it's like to see a Country Folk in a Hot Topic. That's all I had to say about that.
The thing that really tied the whole story together was this overarching theme of death and despair.
Like Hot Topic, country music is just farm emo. You can't live on a farm and not be a little bit emo. I believe it in my heart of hearts, because like there's just so much death on a farm. You think there's a lot of death in that Bass Pro Shop? Live on a farm for a year and hold a little kitten as he dies in your hands. There's so much death on a farm.
My favorite part was finding this animal rescue set in the toy section for the daughter who loves animals and wants to rescue them from a terrible life, so her dad can shoot it in the fucking face.
We don't only murder animals. That's not all farmers do. My family has saved so many animals. Granted, there's been like 4 times more death on the farm than there has been saving things, but we save things. Yeah, country folk kill a lot of animals. You gotta nurture life. You gotta nurture life to have a farm. Like, if you're not nurturing life, you have nothing. Farmers and country folk don't only murder. They also bring life out of literal dirt and seeds. And, like, raise chickens and bunnies from babies and all that stuff. Like, it's not all death. It's not all death.
So I cooled off in the creek.
Actually, it's a crick. Or maybe it's not. Don't listen to me.
Because if you did grow up on a farm, and your whole career is based off of growing up on a farm, being a true country boy, like you'd advertise that to everybody, right? I would.
I didn't even grow up on a farm, and I talk about it all the time. I lived there for 2 years of my adult life, and I talk about it all the time. But I mean, it changes you. It changes a man. It changes a person, because it is absolutely brutal to live on a farm. I didn't even do that much on the farm, and I still know it was absolutely brutal and beautiful. And like, I don't know, it's kind of like, it's a different life altogether. Living on a farm for 2 years, it's like a different world. It's weird. It's like you clip out of the map. Living on a farm is you clipping out of the map.
Beer, girls, trucks, religion, and chewing tobacco in the same chorus, dude. That is the songwriting equivalent of only taking one trip when you're bringing your groceries in from your car. You can stagger it a bit, it's okay.
No, I can't. Stop coming at me.
That doesn't seem fair to me, right? They're like gentrifying country music, if that's... Can I use that word in that sense? I don't know.
It's stadium country, okay? Don't start me ranting about it, alright? There's so much that's just like that Bo Burnham clip you talked about. Like, it's all just pandering, gimmicky stuff. Like, that's not That's not what we play on the Duke. That's what we play on B93. The Duke is superior. I feel like that was a very specific reference. Although I think the Duke is nationwide. Nationwide is on your side.
I feel like there should be like a country music committee that like forces country singers to actually work on a farm before they can write songs about it, you know?
There's the Country Music Hall of Fame. That's where you get like real, like straight up country. You ain't gonna get no Lil Nas X on that. That was not me slandering Lil Nas X. I love him so very much. He's one of my favorite artists. But you're not gonna get Old Town Road in the Country Music Hall of Fame. Lil Nas probably ain't gonna play at the Opry. Lil Nas might play at the Opry. I don't know. I don't actually know who plays at the Opry. I love the Opry, though. It's so good.
And I just picked two, like, random country songs. If you look at, like, any mainstream country music, it's all like that. It's all drinking trucks with my hot beer, her jeans were nice. And that's the whole song.
Old Crow Medicine Show, I think, is, like, the only band that's been, like, considered to be put into the Country Music Hall of Fame recently. Like, there's a lot that you're not gonna see the actual Country Music Hall of Fame Opry like that. It's different. Don't get me ranting. But yeah, you're right, okay? Out in the middle of nowhere, we listen to the Duke. And they play like Dolly and Reba and Willie and Johnny and Hank. Maybe I should say last names. Sometimes I realize that like when I say like, oh yeah, Willie, people don't know I'm talking about Willie Nelson. Or Johnny. Johnny's such a popular name, but I'm like, yeah, Johnny Cash. Reba McEntire, Dolly Parton, Hank Williams Sr. or Jr. or however you be doing it. Okay. Anyway, I think that's enough. I just wanted to go through and respond to Kurtis Connor because I feel like I needed to rep the country emos. The gender non-conforming country emos, I felt like I needed to give some rep in the world. I need to stop with the country accent. I don't want it. I don't not want it, but it makes me feel like a poser. Oh my gosh, I'm such a poser. Look at me in my MCR shirt. Of all things in this world that I could possibly be a poser at, being a poser MCR fan is not a possibility. I know so much about MCR, don't get me started. Forgot to record an important part of the video. If you liked this video, or even if you didn't, and even if you hated it, go check out Kurtis Connor's channel. Highly recommend. Really good. I've been binge watching him. He's hilarious. So is Danny Gonzalez, who I mentioned earlier, and Drew Gooden. I'm just going to rep all of these people. Super good. I'm going to link the videos that I'm responding to in the description so you can check out the videos in their entirety. Really funny guy. Very inspirational for me and my channel. So, yeah. Okay, cool. Bye. Thank you, my friends, for watching my video. I'm so glad. If Kurtis Connor watched my video, it's fine. Everything's fine. That would be really cool, though. Yeah, honestly, if you want more content like this, let me know. If you like my country accent, let me know. Drink some water. Get sleep. Accurate sleep. Get adequate. Sleep adequately. Sleep marvelously. Sleep. Hey, that's an MCR song. Ha! Drink water. Put on chapstick if you need chapstick. Look, this one's a pineapple, so it's pretentious, historically speaking. Listen to music that makes you happy, like Vienna by Billy Joel. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.
After a long day, I had everything I needed, except for a comically large tub of Uncle Buck's old-fashioned cheese curls.